The one thing I thought to myself recently was, what is trending, right? What is trending, not like just regards to cards, but also sealed product? What are people actually, looking for, buying, adding into their collections? That's one thing, because, everyone's got their favorites, everyone's got their favorite Pokemon, everyone's got their favorite set. It's be kind of interesting to see what is the most popular things right now. So today we're going to be looking at single cards and sealed product in what is everyone going for, right? What is everybody going for? Let's jump in. Okay, so we're on collector today. Of course, we're looking for the UK. We're seeing the most popular stuff right now. Here's the interesting thing. This is interesting. So I've got it by cards. This is trending, most popular. I just saw a card here that's $5,000. Okay, now I have seen pictures of this Mew before, but I just didn't realize it was that expensive. So snapshot of this. Just looking at the top 10 cards, okay? Oh, hang on, you can't see the top 10. There's over there, okay? If we look at the top 10, what's the one thing, this is what I thought that they have in common. Most of these cards look adorable. Let's just put it out there, right? They look absolutely adorable. Look, you got the Mew, you got the Eevee, you got the Pikachu, you got the Elise Clefairy again, you got Charmander, Zora, do you know what I mean? Like, Eevee, this is just a normal Prismatic ETB promo, so this isn't like, just some ridiculously expensive card. This is a pretty popular one. £4. This card's dropped a lot. So this one here, I mean, it was like a £10 card quite comfortably, obviously, when the set came out. And then it's just fallen. There's been so many ETBs, so many promos. And let's see what the graded price is. So we've got PSA 10 here. So at one point, a PSA 10 of this card was 250 quid. That's pretty mental, right? Now, I've actually graded some, but not with PSA. I've graded some with Ace. So the prices have fallen just across the board. I mean, look, from the high of 250 down to what? £48? Like, ouch. Do you know what I mean? CGC Pristine is a little bit higher, right? I mean, it's sitting like 50% higher nearly. So, yeah, about 50% higher. So, yeah, the CGC Pristine 10 is doing pretty well compared to PSA. I also feel like more people graded PSA, so that's probably the reason why. But, yeah, so this one's dropped like crazy. I want to look at this Mew. £5,000? What the hell? So this card, I mean, it's dropped a little bit recently, but this card went from 2.5k to 5k. Graded in a PSA 10, £11,000. So, yeah, this one's pretty cool. I love the artwork though. It'd be interesting if we ever do get it in English or even in Japanese. But yeah, this is a ridiculously expensive card. I can't actually remember how you get it. I have to look into it. But man, beautiful artwork though. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. We've got Enzeresha Ram, joined together, registration rare, nothing too crazy there. Then we got the Captain's Pikachu. We actually talked about this one in a video not too long ago of what people are going for, and it's still at the top of this list. Elise Clefairy from Journey Together. This one has fallen a lot. To give you guys an example, it was 400 in the pre-order prices, and now look how much it's fallen. And then we got the graded price as well, gone the same way, right? £600 in a PSA 10, and now we're looking at 300 odd. That's still pretty good, right? You get it in a PSA 10, you're still like tripling your money, which we'll take that any day. But that's to give you an example. Has fallen quite a lot, and for a big chase card in the set, Journey Together is fun to open though. It is a fun set. You've got a lot of Journey Together cards, in all honesty. With Enzorak there. We're not going to look at every single card. We'll look at just different ones from different sets. Charmander, this is an interesting one. So this is just a normal ETB promo. We're looking at £13. It did actually reach a high of £20, but it has dropped since then. Do you know what's crazy with the Obsidian Flames regular ETB? I remember, it wasn't that long ago, in all honesty, that you could have picked up these. They were £25 each from HMV. They would do like a fire sale, like a flash sale. They just want to get rid of it. And they had shelves full of them for £25 ETB. Nobody wanted it. I didn't want it. You know what I mean? I didn't even want it at the time. Now I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be amazing. So, yeah, we're looking at CGC 10, a lot higher. Even in a PSA though, this card still fetches £120. You get 10x your money if you get one in a 10. Then we've got Articuno from Journey Together. This one's dropped so heavily. A lot of Journey Together stuff, a lot of promo stuff. Whale Lord, of course. Zardy Boy from 151. Let's see how this big boy's been doing. So this one's fallen. Well, I mean, it's got up a little bit, but it's fallen overall. I mean, what, 215? We're looking around about 150. Yeah, 152 right now. I mean, the last time it was this low was at the start of the year. So in all honesty, that's not a good sign. For Zardy Boy, 151 is really expensive here in the UK. So, but it does have easier pull rates though. So CGC Pristine 10 is ridiculously expensive. 1.1k, 1.3k. Whew. PSA 10 has fallen though. PSA 10, I remember seeing these. So it was 700 and it's now 505. I did see these at the London Card Show earlier on this year, around February time actually, and it was at this peak. And I remember seeing them like £600-700 a pop, and I was like, damn, this card's expensive in a 10. And even we got them graded back from PSA. We actually had 2 Charizards come back and both got 10s. When I did the videos for them, they came in March, and even then they're like £600 a pop. So it has continued to fall since then. Just because so many of them are actually getting 10s, and it's not the hardest card to pull. It's just expensive packs. Umbreon. I'm about to better call it a Mumbreon then. What the hell's a Mumbreon? So we got an Umbreon coming in, £887. Wow. This one's still continuing to fall, still really expensive, but it is falling a lot, to be honest. So in a graded, let's have a look in graded. So CGC, 3.2k, and then in PSA we're looking at 2k. And, you know, you may be saying to me, Jace, is it worth grading with CGC? Look, I've never rated CGC personally. However, if you do get pristine 10s, they do add a lot of value. They do. I don't know how easy they are to sell though, compared to PSA 10s, especially here in the UK. I'm not too sure, but they do fetch a good price, right? A good price. Be interested to see what a BGS Black Label would be, but yeah. So we're looking around 2k. That's not too bad. You get more than double your money. You get a lot, you know. You get a lot, obviously, but this card's fallen a lot. A lot of them's been graded, so it's kind of expected. Pokemon Center Promo Eevee. This one stings for me a little bit because I do have quite a lot of them. But this one has fallen from a high of 112 down to 50, or just under £50. I mean, there has been a lot of them. So we look at this, even in the graded price, in a PSA 10, we're looking at 270, but in a CGC, we're looking at 700. So again, PSA has fallen at so heavily. Now this is the interesting thing. I actually sent some off to get graded back in February, right? When it was £800 for, you know, for it in a PSA 10. I'm still waiting for them to come back. They're still not back yet. So since this is the downside of PSA. Since sending them off to PSA, let's say I got a 10. I mean, it might not, but let's say I got a 10. I sent off quite a few. So let's say I got a 10. Right, I have lost, so it's £850. I have lost nearly £600 in value because of how long PSA took. This is the downside with PSA. You've got to be careful. With grading with them, just because the wait times can be killer. Okay, so other cards on here, we got a few others, like the big Eevee cards from Prismatic. Still crazy prices across the board from them. Let's take a look at the Mew from 151 UPC. Now I've actually graded quite a few of these. I still haven't got a 10. Got a few 9s, but no 10s. Look at £20 raw. This one's actually dropped quite a bit. I remember this being a lot more than that. Wow. Right. Oh, we actually got Black Label. Oh my lord. So a Black Label is 4.6k. A PSA 10 currently is 177. So that's dropped quite a bit. Yeah, because it was like over £200. That's dropped quite a bit. And then even then the CGC has dropped to around about £200. But that Black Label, this is the difference, right? When we looked at CGC 10 pristine compared to a Black Label, not even close. Yeah, nowhere near. Anything else that jumps out at me that we want to take a look at? Oh, go on then. We got to click. Oh, there's a few here. Oh, there's actually quite a few. All right, let's look at the Bubble Mew quickly. So, Bubble Mew, £220. This bad boy has been falling like crazy. I remember seeing this at the London Card Show back in February. And, well, that's basically where this is. £300. Dropped nearly £100 on value. Ouch. Yeah, and graded. Same story. Back in February, I was seeing these. Look at that. PSA 10, £800. Now, PSA 10, still nearly 600, but dropping £200 in value is big money. Big money. No Black Labels, though. That's a shame. Moonbreon time. I'm interested in this, mainly because I have one in a PSA 10. So, I'm kind of super invested in what the situation this is going. So, 1.1k has fallen from its all-time high of pretty much 1.3. Okay, that's fine, because when I graded it and when I got it back in a 10, it was £900. So the fact that it's more than that raw, hey, look, I'm happy. Look at the prices of this. Look at this black label, like 11.5k. What is this, right? And then PSA, so PSA 10, we're looking at 1.8k. So I've doubled my money over the past, 3 years since I've graded the Moonbryon. Hey, I'll take that. You know, that's pretty good. And then a CGC, near enough the same. But you look at that black label, though. Whew, that would be, I mean, a part of me's always been tempted to send my PSA 10 one off at a chance to get a black label, but I just don't want to risk it. I really don't. Okay, so next up we got the grey felt hat Pikachu. I've actually got one of these to send off to PSA at some point. I haven't done it yet, but I might do it in the future. £256. This one's doing relatively well on the value. Look at this compared to all the others. Wow. So we've got CGC 10. We're sitting at £800. PSA 10, 600. So yeah, I mean, hopefully I can get a 10, right? If I get a 10, I'm going to be laughing. I mean, to be honest, if I get a 10, I'll probably sell it. I'm not a huge fan of the card personally, but you know, it is pretty cool. Then we got the Quirkachu, rather than in the grey felt hat. This one's fallen a lot. We've seen Surging Sparks prices of the single cards fall quite heavily. And then even in the PSA 10, we're looking at about £500. Still relatively good, but it's like a CGC Pristine, 1.2k. Wowza. That's big money. We're talking big money. Look at these. There's just so many amazing cards. Let's look at the Magikarp. I'm intrigued. Like I said, I haven't really been seeing what's been going on recently. So £144. This one has fallen. I remember being in February. Like I said, the card show, this one was fetching a pretty hefty price. PSA is interesting though. So CGC, look at 1.6. The PSA 10 is currently bouncing back up to 1,000, which is very good. Like, this has been a very consistently strong card. So yeah, if you can get in a 10, big money. We did grade 1 and it got a 9. Bit of a bummer, but you know, it is what it is. Let's look at the Gengar, of course, Fusion Strike. We have seen this card reach insane heights, 550 quid down to 430. Look at that black label. Ooh, nearly 6k in a black label. God damn. And then PSA 10, we're looking at what, £900, and CGC 1.3k. You may be saying to me, Jace, is it really worth sending these off to CGC or PGS? Look, here's the thing. Personally, if you're really certain that these cards have that potential to get those 10s, then I would just go for it. Do you know what I mean? I would just go for it. Now, I think a regular CGC 10 or a 9.5 or whatever, or non-black label from Beckett ends up being less value than a PSA 10. So it's kind of a bit like, it's kind of risk reward in a way. So it's entirely up to you. I mean, there have been cards that I've got which I do feel like, oh, you know what, I could send it off. Like, I got a few cards that I sent off recently that came back and they did get like perfect. They literally got all 10s on the subgrades. So part of me is like, shall I try and send them off? You know what I mean? If they get all 10s on the subgrades, it's tempting. It really is tempting. But I'm not 100% sure. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, at the moment, it's interesting to see what people are going for. It really is. Okay, on to sealed product now. This will be a slightly different, but a bit interesting. So we've got this, obviously the Super Premium Collection Box. I still haven't yet picked this one up. On eBay, yeah, we're looking around about 150 odd pounds. For me, personally, I still think anything under 200 is a pretty good deal, especially if you're going to keep it sealed for the long term. Or even open, to be honest, I still think it's pretty good. Right now, because the prices are ridiculously expensive. Black Bolt and White Flare, the Pokemon Center ETBs. Interesting though, Black Bolt is worth more than White Flare. We don't even know what's even in either of the sets, so I guess it's just people prefer it, I guess. So there was going to be one that's going to be worth more than the other. It was kind of obvious. But yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Then you got the Team Rockets case. That's not really, that hasn't really interested me at all. The Gem Pack Booster Box, that's actually quite interesting. The version 2, I don't know if the version 2 is out yet, but the version 2 is very interesting. It's one with EVs and stuff. We've got the Pokemon Center ETB for Destined Rivals, so that one has fallen quite heavily, but still a very expensive Pokemon Center ETB. Then we've got the Journey Together Enhanced boxes, around 150. The Journey Together has been falling quite heavily. So it says Blooming Wars here for £90, but I can tell you right now, it's not £90. On eBay here in the UK, you're looking at about 150. It is more expensive. I will tell you that for sure. So I don't know why it says 90. Then we've got the Destined Rivals 68 for normal ETB. Booster bundles, Prismatic 48, it's about right. The normal ETBs have fallen. I have noticed they have fallen. And then of course there's some Rivals booster box. We've seen that they probably bounce in. I have seen some sold around that 190, but yeah, we're looking around about £200 on average. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on. I mean, 151 booster bundles. Again, that's slightly different. That is not how much it's going for. They're like £70 plus. They're not. It's more than that even. They're not cheap. 151 in the UK is redonkulously expensive. So you have it. That is what's been going on regarding the trending cards and sealed product. It's interesting to see what people are actually buying. Of course, like regarding the sealed product, Prismatic's quite popular. Decimal Rival's quite new. 151, stuff like that. People picking up along with Pokemon Center ETBs and stuff as well, because people want to get a hold of them. And then on top of that, the cards are huge variety, right? A lot of the cards have been falling down in price quite heavily. But really interesting to see the graded prices, right, between the different grading companies. It'd be interesting to see down the line whether or not on Collector they'll add Ace grading and Tag. That'd be really interesting to see what are the price differences between. Because I do get asked a lot, Jace, what's the difference between Ace grading? Is it worth it? Is it not? Same with Tag and so on and so forth. I haven't graded with Tag yet. I do intend to do that at some point. I just need to get hold of some cards or pick some cards, I should say, that I do want to send off to them. But I'll do a proper breakdown video when I do send them off and so on and so forth. So that'll be interesting to see, of course. If you've made it far in the video and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe for more Pokemon content. And guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments of what's going on right now. Is there any cards that you're looking to pick up? Any sealed product you're looking to pick up? Like I said, some really nice cards, a lot joined together, a lot of promos as well. They're going for pretty cheap. Some of them you can 10 extra money if you get graded in a 10 with PSA, which is very interesting. Man, that power of the black label makes me want to send my Moonbreon off, but I know it won't. I don't know why. I just have the feeling. If ever down the line I ever get a second Moonbreon in a PSA 10, then I'll probably send one of them off. But no, I would probably keep as is. But that's it from me, guys, in today's video. Of course, if you watch more Pokemon content, make sure to click the video on the screen. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.